Hey you guys, how's it going? I'm here to talk more Hydra. I was playing it last night because in a few days I have to go out of town, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna knock out all of this Hydra before I go, just get that out of the way. And I actually ended up getting a new personal best on hard, which is the highest difficulty I've tried as of yet. Um, but I mean, I guess it's probably time to move on because, yeah, the one key is 20.4 million, and my current personal best is now 102.92 million. So that's, yeah, I think it's time. The one I showed you guys last week was, and this was my current personal best by quite a bit, 72.09 million. I think before that it was like 50 something or something. So, difference between the two teams. The only thing I have changed is I finally got Newt leveled and geared and all that good stuff. So, basically, Rat King out, Newt in. And, I mean, the other thing is, this is also, it's a Shamil rotation. And you know, if you guys know the drill with that, basically this fear head, which is usually a complete disaster, like one of the most annoying heads, Shamail makes it so easy. Every time somebody gets feared, he cleanses it automatically, and then he gives turn meter to my leader, which is Razelvarg. So basically, Razelvarg is getting a million turns. You know, he's nuking, he's giving my team increased speed, increased accuracy, AoE leech, and so that's what's happening. Like, if I were to put this team in a rotation without like the fear head here, it definitely wouldn't do as much damage. So I'm aware of that. But yeah, it's still, you know, may as well celebrate the new PB. And I mean, we'll see how we can do in upcoming rotations. So this is just the team in action. And honestly, I'm not sure if Rosalvarg should be my lead. I guess he was kind of the natural pick for me because he's like so fast anyway because of his passive, and he's giving my team increased speed, that he seems like the natural choice. But I don't know, maybe Artak or Newt would have been smarter. That I honestly don't know. And it's like, you can see this took me an hour to run. So, or an hour and 20 minutes. So it's, you know, I do like playing Hydra and testing things, but it's like when runs are taking you an hour, like, I'll just take this score and walk away, you know, like I'm, you know, maybe that wasn't the most ideal leader. I don't know, but, you know, I can't be spending like hours and hours and hours on this every week. So for now, that is, you know, he'll be our leader. Where's the scoreboard itself? Okay, so as you can see, you know, Roosevelt putting out a respectable 22 million. And that's why I was kind of thinking, like, maybe I should have used a different leader, or Roosevelt only put out like 22. You know, maybe it should have been someone else. But yeah, again, the utility with its increased speed, I don't know. I'm not the expert. Newt, a little bit less damage than Roosevelt, which is impressive, right? Because he's not getting all of those extra turns like Roosevelt. Artak is the hero once again with 37 million, just like constantly, you know, HP burning, just these little tick damages that are just accumulating over the entire fight. And I don't know, I always yell at Artak because like this rotation has so many redheads, and I feel like he constantly is weak hitting on that. You know, you can see like, where's the HP bird? Where's the HP bird, Artak? What are you doing? But like, he's doing well. I'm sorry, Artak, that I yelled at you. I mean, I didn't actually yell, but you know, I was kind of like, really, all these weak hits. But he's certainly doing it, and it just adds up. Like, I mean, how many turns did this go? This went for like 250 turns is when it starts getting, you know, when they're just like, we're gonna eat you now. It just gets way too fast, and like, you know, there's like two people being digested right now. So that's the point where you just can't do it anymore. So yeah, it's just accumulating over all these turns. The HP burn, the activation, the extending them. And then Newt, I mean, he was like a recent-ish fusion, right? And he just comes in and he has that mega crazy, the Blessed Bash, the max HP hit. So I can show you the builds a little bit. So Newt's the only new one, so if you did watch my other Hydra video from like a couple weeks ago, nothing has really changed with any of the other guys, so, don't feel like you have to stick around. Um, so I'll show you Newt first since he's the new kid on the block. And okay, so I was building him, and I really hate building characters that have, that need every stat, right? Because it's like, he's a defense nuker, so you're supposed to have like defense, you need 100% crit rate. He needs to be fast, or, you can't do any damage if you're not taking turns. He needs like accuracy, so I was just like, for the love of God, like he needs too many things, right? So, but then, so I felt really bad because I wasn't really able to push this crit damage. But then I was watching some videos, and I was watching this number 8's video, and he was like, I built my Newt with 218 crit damage, and it is easily capping every time, because there's like a cap, right, that you can hit with a max HP nuker. So, it doesn't matter if you have 500%, the game will never allow you to hit that much in most content in the game. So I watched this video from him, and he's like, I have 218% crit damage, and I got my best ever Hydra key, and that did insane damage. And I was like, okay, that seems realistic. I can do that. So I'm only at like 191, but I have a plan. I still need to do the Great Hall for green crit damage, because I don't have any green nukers, so it was never a priority. So I'm going to come in hot, I'm going to do the green crit damage, and we'll get him up. But the thing is, it's really not even necessary, because you can see, I think I wrote down like a timestamp. Yeah, let me see. Okay, so like 5907. You can see, even at 191, he's capping. So we'll see here. I think we're gonna hit this one, because we want to get that out of here. So you're gonna go in, you're gonna hit 183,679. You're gonna hit 183,679 again, even though you would think you would hit for higher, because we're further decreasing the defense, because that's what the ability does. And then you're gonna hit for the exact same amount on the third one, and that's because that's the cap. You can't do any more damage than that with a max HP nuker. That is 10% of what was that? So yeah, that was Head of Wrath on hard 1,836. I'm sorry, 1,836,795. And you can see, oh, I rewound way too far. 5907. So basically we just go in and we hit for exactly 10% of that. So now I feel completely confident with my crit damage. It's totally fine. Yeah, so 183,679 is 10% of this. So that's all you can do. It doesn't matter if he has 500%. That's it. So yeah, now I felt a lot better about it after watching that. I knew there was a cap, but I thought I would still have to be like a little bit higher than that, I guess. But yeah, we're there. So that's just crazy. And then you can see, like, I went defense banner that apparently I didn't even upgrade yet. So that can be switched to accuracy. We can get some more accuracy for the higher difficulties, because he is a defense nuker and you will do a little more damage with the defense, but at the end of the day, he's a max HP nuker and he applies AoE weaken. So having the accuracy on applying that is much better than getting like a tiny bit more damage from our defense or whatever. So that's my Newt build. Not amazing, but capping, so perfect. That's fine by me. Razelvarg is in the leader, and I have to say, this could be even better because I am so stingy. I still have not booked him. Like, he's clearly proved his worth as an extremely useful champ, and I don't know. I mean, I'll book. It just hasn't been CBC. You know, we don't want to book outside of a CBC. We'll wait, get the points for our clan, try to get some rewards, whatever. But yeah, I mean, if we had had the cooldown on these abilities, it would have been an even better run, I'm sure. So we'll try to get these two booked up during next CVC. And he's also just got the 20% speed aura in the lead period. Um, Again, not a super great build. It's probably just the remnants of like, I don't know, like stuff that I stripped off of my better nukers as like they got gear. So it's probably just the remnants of that. I mean, you can see right off the bat we got 5-star here, 5-star here. We only have 5-star crit damage gloves, but I have 19 speed, so I guess I'm a little hesitant to let them go. But yeah, it's not the greatest build ever. It's not like Savage, we're not ignoring defense. But that's him. He's also not super duper fast either, but we're still taking so many turns because of our passive, because of the Shamil's passive. So yeah, I mean, he's been great. I did not think he would be this good. In Hydra, I guess, and he's actually ended up, like, I remember I wasn't even sure if I was gonna level him. I was like, I don't know. I'm feeling like this guy's, might just be in the vault for me for a while, because even though he seems cool, like, I don't really see the use case on my account right now, but actually has been awesome. So yeah, definitely proved me wrong on that one. Python, he's like my go-to in so much content. If you've watched any of my videos, like I overuse this champion. Like, this guy needs a break. He needs a hard-earned rest. Relentless, because I'm a fan of that on like healers and revivers. Fast, a lot of HP. The defense isn't too bad. Didn't go hard on resistance at all, which doesn't matter because I have a buff tank, right? Because it's Hydra. So I have Inquisitor Shamil. Even though he's an attack champ, pardon me, I built him as a full buff tank, which basically means he's very slow. And because he's so slow, his buffs are not expiring quickly. So he always has the most buffs, and he also has a counterattack ring. So he'll always have his little shield, his tiny little baby shield that will give him one more buff than everybody else, and he'll also just naturally have more because his buffs are expiring so slowly. And then that annoying buff stealing head targets him every time, and yeah, that saves you the trouble of having to build like 500 resistance on all of your characters. So that's his job. He sits there, he cleanses the fears. He has so much resistance that unfortunately, this game is a little RNG, so yes, they'll get stolen occasionally. There's nothing you can do about that. It wouldn't have mattered if he had 500 or 1,000. It's just, in raid, there's always that sliver of a chance that it might slip through. And yeah, he's cleansing fears. He's my buff tank. And that's his job. You can build him damage, and he'll do damage. You can totally do that. I went the buff tank angle because that's what I needed, I guess. I have a second one, and I might do that one damage somewhere in here, yeah. So we'll try that in the next one, maybe. Next, Ugo. Same thing. It's a relentless perception. Make sure you have the accuracy, the speed. He does have a little bit of resistance, actually. Just in case. I don't know. I think like I had all the other stats were okay, so I think I just put a little more res on, just in case. And then he's like our backup, right? Like, he's applying black buffs, because they do apply annoying buffs like Poison Cloud, like ally protection, like increased attack. The heads will apply things like that. So it blocks them, and then it can also help out with the buff stealing head, the mischief head, because if it does happen to steal your buffs and you have block buffs, it won't actually steal the buffs. And then he's got his heal, you know, he's got leech on the E1. Or I'm sorry, she. I learned recently that this character was a she. I like never thought about it. But yes, I'm so sorry, Ugo. I never looked that closely, I guess. And I think I'm missing one more. Oh yeah, Artok. Okay. Yeah, it's Artok. I did do a video on Artok too, all of the different places I'm using him. So I'll post that soon. I just, because like I said, I'm going out of town, so I tried to record a couple things in advance, and then those can go up while I'm out. But I just did the full perception on him. It might have been cool to build him in something else, like a hex set or like a provoke set, but those are 4-piece sets. It's hard to get the stats that you need on them, at least for me on my account. So yeah, I went full perception. It's HP banner. I will switch to accuracy if I'm doing more doing content that I need more accuracy. Currently, for me, that's nothing. So yeah, full perception. He's an HP based champ, so get him a lot of HP. He's also got his passive where he's destroying his own max HP when HP burns are being activated, which is like all the time in this fight. So yeah, definitely make sure he has some HP because he's destroying his own max HP. You don't want him to be sitting there with nothing and die. And then they did the little event for him where you could get, you know, like some of the stars on him, the awakenings. So I do have Brimstone from that. 30% to play Smite. Get a little bit of HP. So that's really helpful, you know, that Brimstone damage adds up. And yeah, where do we go from here? Yeah, I guess when I get back and keys reset and everything, I will try Brutal. As you can see, my clan, you know, we don't really do Brutal. We have like one crazy Hydra person on our clan. Not me. There are people who are going to come in here and score more than me. They just haven't yet because it's early in the week. So yeah, they have unlocked Brutal. I was barely involved in that. But we don't kill it. I haven't tried it. Cause yeah, if you look at the team, it has weaknesses clearly, right? Like, I don't have a provoker to deal with the head of, can't think of the name. It's the one I hate the most. To deal with that, you know, the head that cleanses and everything. So I don't have a provoker. I don't have decreased speed is a major one. Like, oh my god, if I just had decreased speed, this would have been so much more, right? I have increased speed, so that's good. But if you can have both, you know, that's a lot better. Twice as good. So yeah, I guess like with my current team, I've just been worried that these heads are gonna go a little too fast for me on Brutal, I guess. So I've kind of been scared to mess with it, but I think I'm at the point where I should just put the bullet. I mean, if we die and we suck, we die and we suck, and you know, back to the drawing board. I did I am gonna level soon TM. I want to do Visix, who's like the login champ. You can see she's got like some poo-poo gear on her from wherever for like Faction Wars or something. I did book her already, you can see, during a CVC, because she does have, she will place 100% chance to place decreased speed and ally protection, and yeah, I mean, she's got a provoke, so she's like dealing with my decreased speed problem and my provoking problem. So she's on my list to book next. I just ended up doing, or not book, to level and gear and all that good stuff. Before her, I just ended up recently doing like Newt and Shemail I did recently and some others, so yeah, she's gonna be the next one. Maybe she can fix that. You know, the only problem is like if she's gonna go in, you know, who's gonna go out? I don't I don't know, I guess. Yeah, because it's like every time you add a new person, you kind of have to like rework the whole team almost. With this, I got lucky because I just swapped Nishak for Newt, and that worked because it was kind of like damage dealer for damage dealer. But when you're messing with your supports, it's like a little weirder. So I don't know. I don't know. Or maybe she might have to go on the second team. Like, although then that would defeat the point. Because I really want to get that decreased speed in there. Like, that's the team I use for normal. You know, just so I can get the chests on both. So, yeah. I don't know. That will all be figured out at another time, I guess. I'll just be painstakingly sitting here, manually controlling Hydra for, you know, an hour and an hour and 10 minutes or whatever it was. But I guess, I mean, I think that's all I wanted to show you guys today. I'm not gonna bore you with like the entire run or anything. I mean, like you've seen a Hydra fight, you know what all these champs do. You can imagine. I think there were definitely a couple of close calls. Like we're at 73 million, and wow, that's really not looking good, is it? So, I honestly, I would not lie to you. I think I got pretty lucky with saving people from being eaten and stuff, and I was lucky enough that the fear head came back a lot, so I was able to kind of abuse like the Shamail passive, and things definitely, like, considering how unlucky I can be in this game, I definitely got lucky during this fight. But if you're still struggling with Hydra, definitely push at it. Try to look at what champs you have that are good, try to upgrade their gear if you need to, because like if you look at my team, like there's no one crazy on here, right? Like fusion, epic, free champ they gave to everybody. So it's not the craziest team ever built. I mean, there definitely are ones that have Siffy and Krisk and all this crazy stuff, but there's also ones that look just like this. And before I had this team, I one keyed it with like Deliana and Duck the Pierced and Drexstar and weird stuff. Or, not, I mean, not weird stuff, but just, stuff that you don't think is super strong, I guess. But, I don't know. I'm rambling at this point, so I will let you guys go. If you're still here, thank you so much for watching. If you left earlier, thank you so much for watching anyway and spending, any type of your time on this. That means a lot to me. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day and take care.